While visiting family in Money, Mississippi, 14-year-old Emmett Till, an African-American from Chicago, was brutally murdered for allegedly flirting with a white woman 4 days earlier. His assailants, the white woman's husband and her brother, made Emmett carry a 75-pound cotton gin fan to the bank of the Tallahatchie River and ordered him to take off his clothes. The two men then beat him nearly to death, gouged out his eye, shot him in the back of the head, and then threw his body, tied to the cotton gin fan with barbed wire, into the river. Till grew up in a working-class neighborhood on the south side of Chicago, and though he had attended a segregated elementary school, he was not prepared for the level of segregation he encountered in Mississippi. His mother warned him to take care because of his race, but Emmett enjoyed pulling pranks. Less than 2 weeks after Emmett's body was buried, William and Bryant went on trial in a segregated courthouse in Sumner, Mississippi. There were few witnesses besides Mose Wright who positively identified the defendants as Emmett's killers. On September 23rd, the all-white jury deliberated for less than an hour before issuing a verdict of not guilty, explaining that they believed the state had failed to prove the identity of the body. Many people around the country were outraged by the decision and also by the state's decision not to indict William and Bryant on the separate charge of kidnapping. Now on to another segment about McCarthyism. McCarthy has been attacking the Eisenhower administration repeatedly. He has just accused the United States Army of being disloyal to the United States. Joseph McCarthy stated that the Army covered up a communist espionage from Monmouth, New Jersey, which is not too far from where we are reporting tonight. The President is taking action against McCarthy and the possible false information he is spreading. Congress will be holding hearings against McCarthy to investigate him. He will appear on television to discuss the accusations he has made of communists in the United States. Hopefully, we will find out the truth about both McCarthy and the possibility of the United States harboring secrets. Now on to television, food, and drinks. This just in, a new food establishment called McDonald's has just opened. McDonald's is in Illinois. The food establishment serves barbecued food such as chicken and hamburgers. Also, Coca-Cola is not served just in bottles anymore. The beverage now comes in cans too. In addition to the prospering food industry, TV is also making strides. A new TV show called The Mickey Mouse Club is a show featuring child actors who are called Mouseketeers. Segments of each show feature dancing and music. Now, onto an exciting interview with Eisenhower. Here we are with the President of the United States, ready to talk about his thoughts on re-election. How are you doing tonight, Mr. President? I'm doing well, feeling excited to hopefully be this great country's president for another 4 years. Are you at all nervous about running for re-election? No, I am not nervous, simply because I am not a nervous person. Being a man who has helped lead this country to victory in World War II has made me very sure of myself and sure of what I can do for America. Do you think you have done a good job as president so far? I think I have absolutely done as much as I can for this country. I have made the people happy, and in my opinion, they all like Ike. I helped get our men out of Korea victoriously, and if I do add, I am helping to contain communism. How do you plan to continue to contain communism? I intend on using the same strategy that I have previously used, which is massive retaliation. Massive retaliation states that if the Soviet Union were to strike at us or any of our allies, we would come back at them full force. This has helped the United States stay free from any attack. Do you personally fear nuclear war? Because I know this country does, Mr. President. I do not fear anything, but it is a possibility. That is why we have advertisements reminding the public what to do in case of a nuclear attack. The people are prepared, and we have nothing to worry about. Thank you so much for coming. Good luck in the upcoming election, and I hope to speak to you soon. Now for a commercial break. Wow, I'm really hungry and it's time for breakfast. I wish I had something to eat.
Hey, why don't you eat some Cheerios? They're really good for you.
I Cheerios, Mom. I heard they taste bad.
Just try them. They're really good.
Are you sure?
Try them, Taylor. They're good.
Wow, these are great. I should go buy more Cheerios. They make you strong and healthy. Brown v. Board of Education was filed against the Topeka, Kansas School Board by Oliver Brown. This is a parent of one of the children denied access to Topeka's white schools. Brown claimed that Topeka's racial segregation violated the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause because the city's black and white schools were not equal to each other and never could be. The federal district court dismissed his claim, ruling that the segregated public schools were equal enough to be constitutional under the Plessy Doctrine. Brown appealed to the Supreme Court, who ruled that separate educational facilities violate the 14th Amendment. The decision has not fully desegregated public education, but is a clear step towards racial equality. Elvis Presley is a musician that gives children a bad idea about what music truly is. Music should be about calm, relaxing songs that are not provocative. Instead, Elvis gets up there on stage and swings his hips, making it completely inappropriate for anyone watching. His performances are way too sexual for any children to watch. No one should support him by buying his music. You are teaching your children the wrong values if you do. Buy music such as jazz, not this new age rock and roll. If we all band together, we can put an end to his career. I'm sure people will forget about his music within the next 5 years anyways, but he should be completely obsolete to the music industry now. This decade was a decade for change for women. African American women are barely portrayed in popular culture. Women's job roles changed greatly after the war. Many women now work on assembly lines or have service jobs. Women that have professional jobs work as nurses and teachers. They still find themselves taking care of the house and their children. It is not easy to be a woman in today's society. As you can see, the tides are changing, though. Thank you for tuning in. That is all for tonight, and I hope to see you tomorrow night again for the news.